Alrighty, welcome to the D Struggles YouTube channel. So in the last episode, we had got the engine on the engine stand, got it all busted down, cleaned it up, and now we're at the point where I'm about to pull the heads off. But I wanted to take care of them pesky snapped exhaust manifold studs before I actually pulled the heads off the block. I actually wasn't going to pull the heads off of this engine, but after talking to a friend that really ain't even, into mechanics, I was telling him what I was doing and how I was changing every gasket on the engine because I bought a full gasket set, except for the head gaskets. He questioned me on that, so I decided, let me go ahead and change that old head gasket out of there too while I got this engine busted this far down. But anyway, so I stopped at a local auto parts store, got me some Velcro head bolts, so we're good to go with that. Also grabbed me a new torque wrench because the one I got is a Harbor Freight one, and I can't see this shitty one being any too much better, but it is brand new, so I'm going to trust this one a little more at this point. Also got me an easy out screw extractor for the head, but I'm not expecting this to work. Typically these never work for me, so I got another method on getting that out. And I also got what's this called, a gasket scraper and brush. And I also grabbed me a bottle of nozzle gel for the welder. Right now I gotta scour through my box of drill bits. So I'm gonna try drilling it out with one little bit and then using that screw extractor, easy out, whatever you want to call it. And if that don't work, we're just gonna keep drilling from a small size to a bigger size. Alright, got the hole drilled. Now I'm gonna try the screw extractor. See how that works. I feel like I'm going to snap this into the engine and cause myself more trouble by trying to use this. So we're just going to keep stepping up the drill bit and eventually we'll get it out. Alright, this drill bit sucks. It sucks faux show. So I busted out my tap set. Now we're gonna find the right size tap for the job. All right, that one seems like it. Alrighty, so I'm hoping I ain't cross tapping in there. I'm hoping that this tap is cutting the original threads, reopening them, instead of cross threading it where it's going to just strip out the inside of this, but I guess I'll find that out. I got that bolt in there. Went in nice and tight. Bolt went in there nice and tight. That's all that matters. So I'm gonna continue on, get the other side done, and we're gonna get these heads off. All right, let me get to it. Snap the drill bit and bolt. Seems like I went through the bottom. Once I got through the bottom of the bolt, it hooked and then just snapped off because I guess I was going too fast and pushing too hard. This is gonna be a whole nother issue. Now it's a hardened drill bit. That's going to be a bitch to get out. Yeah, this is really like rain on my parade over here. I'm just gonna pull the heads off of this thing and then we're gonna deal with this problem. Alright, so I got a little bit aggravated and I decided to bring those heads to a machine shop. They're gonna extract that other bolt for me that I snapped the drill bit in, and they're actually gonna mill the surface of the head for me. So right now I'm actually waiting. They told me about 2 to 3 hours, I guess, or sometime after 3, and I dropped the heads off just before 1 o'clock. So yeah, right now I'm actually gonna go shoot down to the nearest Chevrolet dealer and I'm going to see if they can print me up some torque specs on, you know, the head, the intake, stuff like that. Alrighty, big ups, Quality Auto Machine. Yeah, they're awesome. They got me all settled up in one day, brought them the heads. I think I got up, I started working around 9 o'clock this morning, came into my trouble around 10:30. I made it over here just before 1, and they're, yeah, settling my heads up for me, milling them, and fixing that broken off bolt that's in my head. So, yeah, awesome. Thank you, Quality Auto Machine, for your services, for keeping me on the path of progress. Because if not, this weekend would have been a shit show, or I would have just tried to get that crap out myself, tore it up, probably would have got it done, but I just get to the point where I get aggravated. This should be it for the outside source and work. Everything else I should be doing myself. So alrighty, till we get back to the shop. Back at the house. Now we can get these heads back in the garage and get them mounted on that engine. Now we can get these heads back in the garage and get them mounted on that block. Now we can get these heads back in the garage, get them on that fucking engine. Let me clean up the surface of this block so we can get ready to mount these heads. I gotta say it, these plastic gasket scrapers, I don't know what they're supposed to be good for. Maybe just scraping off like silicone off of like an aluminum surface, but we tell you, this thing sucks trying to scrape off this head gasket off of this block. Ooh, right here on the edge, a bit rotty. Sanding over here, nice and smooth, and then all rough and rotty. It looks pretty good, the milling surface. The job being did. Yeah, I noticed right here there's a little gouged down seams that are wider than the rest of them. I don't know why, but hopefully that seals up good. But the rest of it looks good. And the other one looks better. You don't have that little gouge spot like the other side does. Where I just drove to was like a half-hour trip or more, and I passed the Harbor Freight while I was waiting, driving back and forth. And now I have to go back to a Harbor Freight. But I guess before we go do that, we will, I guess, swap out those valves. I got some kind of a valve wrench, or a valve compressor somewhere under this bench. I just gotta find it. I've never done this before, but it's the first time for everything. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
I got all the valves, retainers, and locks out. I just gotta get the rest of the seals out. So this is all the stuff we're going to be putting on the inside of the engine. I ordered all this stuff from Intense Racing. I got the lower intake manifold gaskets because this is the AC Delco and it's supposed to be a bit thicker than the eBay ones I bought. So less likely for your lower intake to blow a gasket. We got the oil pressure kit, timing chain dampener, the Rollmaster timing chain set, some reusable rocker bolts, the retainers, and the locks, and the springs I got over here. So this is the difference in the height of the spring. This is the new spring with the new retainer, and that's the old spring with the old retainer. So this is supposed to be a number 105. Those are the prices that I paid for each piece. And then the grand total came out to that right there. We got the eBay full gasket set here. See it right there. Yeah, I went through it. It seems to be almost a full kit. Minus one was missing out of this kit for my intake manifold gaskets. But it could be a couple other little things that I haven't quite got into yet. So we'll figure all that out once we start getting this engine fully together. I'm all ready. I got everything set up. I got my 6 springs, my 6 retainers, my 6 valve seals, and my 12 valve locks. So got my little oil can here, and we're gonna get at it. And so I'm using a socket just to push these valve seals on. All right, got them all in on that head. I gotta say, you gotta be careful with this thing. When you're clamping this clamp down, you're compressing that spring. Gotta watch your hand in here. If this thing comes down, I mean, it pinches the inside of your hand when you're trying to squeeze it. Just got back from Harbor Freight, and AutoZone I went to. Got me a Haynes repair manual, so we have the torque specs. Got some medium strength thread locker, and a torque angle gauge. And some chocolate. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Right now we're going to change out the timing chain and the sprockets and put the new dampener in. All right, I'm pretty tired, but I'm gonna push through. Oh yeah, if I gotta sleep all day tomorrow's Saturday, I'll do it. But I really want to get this shit done. All right, I got everything I need here to do this timing chain swap. Got my timing chain and gears. I got my dampener. I got my impact, and I got some thread locker. I got my 8mm ratchet here, and I got my oil pump gear here. You look down there, and I have it lined up. It's just slightly off, and even if I turn it around, it's just slightly off the opposite way. But we're gonna roll with it and see how it turns out. Before I do take this timing chain off, I'm going to mark the balance shaft up here. So we'll black out the top tooth, sticking straight up. And it's coming right off. Oh wow, nice. Alright, so I gotta get this little black thing out, put it in there. I think that's the magnet that goes with the cam sensor. This bottom sprocket for the timing chain, you can actually change the timing on it. They put a bunch of keyway slots in, but we're gonna keep it at 0. Separate this chain, put this in. It's very hard to get it on straight because it's such a tight fit. Give it a little finesse and get it on there. There's 2 zeros on here. I wonder which one's the one I'm using. It's actually 2 sets of numbers on that small gear there. One of these slots is there's numbers along here, and then numbers along the gear itself, and there's a 0 like here, and then another one up here. I'm gonna go with the one that looks similar to the one on there, and that's the 2 teeth. There's a tooth here that goes straight down, and this one that goes straight up. So we're gonna do it like that. That one bottomed out. There we go. Little hammer action. All right, check it out. One thing I did forget to do when I had the chain off was clean off the gasket. So now I'm gonna have to do that with it on or take it off again. I'm not taking it off again. I took it off again. Yeah, some of you may frown upon this wire wheel, but it's a cast iron block, so it actually just makes it really shiny and smooth. We got the timing chain all together. Cleaning all the gasket off the surface. Tighten this bolt down, put some thread locker on it. This one, all right, so I have to make some kind of bar to actually bolt to the back of the crank, so I can actually pivot it off of, I guess, the stand somehow, so I can actually get this tight. We're gonna move on. We're gonna start putting the heads on next. All right, so that book I got down there said to run a tap through the head stud holes to clean out the threads. So the we'll get a proper torque reading. I'm going to do that to all 16. Now I'm going to pull out these guides for the hydraulic lifters. I'm going to swap the hydraulic lifters out. Parts wash this stuff too. Alright, there's my roller lifters. Yeah, got a bunch of crud in there. That, whatever the hell that is. Alright. I think I'm going to hold off till tomorrow to get the rest of this done. I mean, I got pretty far, I guess. Not as far as I should have got because of the exhaust manifold stud. You know, having to take that out to the machine shop and get drilled out and retapped and then resurfacing the heads. And then I had to make a run to Harbor Freight, you know, around 7 o'clock. And I don't know, it's probably like almost 12 o'clock right now. I really wanted to get the heads on, but I want to parts wash the inside of the top of the engine there, and those guides, and actually the rockers and the rods. So yeah, tomorrow's probably better off I wait till then. All right, well, till tomorrow.